Taking selfies may seem harmless, but it can quickly become an addiction. As part of our teen addiction series, 9 on your side's Luzdelia Caballero spoke to a University of Arizona student who says she didn't realize she was hooked until it was too late.
How many selfies do you have to take to find the perfect one to post? Hannah Wilkin, a sophomore at the University of Arizona, admits her 14-year-old self had no limits. In fact, she says her addiction to self-image could have destroyed her. This is Hannah Wilkin at 14 years old. Taking selfies was second nature to her.
You could have bursts of 100 pictures from 1 2-minute window.
The next step, editing the photo.
By the time you were posting it, wasn't even a real picture anymore. And you have completely falsified every aspect of what you were trying to portray.
University of Arizona professor Jennifer Stevens-Aubrey says there's a name for that.
So that's a variable we call self-objectification. And that's basically internalizing an outsider view of the self. So you're constantly thinking about how other people see you.
I used to be the kid who slept with my phone underneath my pillow. I left my notification sound on while I slept so that I would see every like, every comment.
And it really gets to that obsessive nature.
An obsession, Hannah said she couldn't turn off.
I would just sit there and refresh and refresh and refresh. And as soon as it got to 100 likes, I was fine.
And if she didn't?
I just assumed that I was not pretty enough, people just didn't like me, or people just don't care.
So it can be a really kind of destructive and competitive currency that teenagers use to evaluate how they're doing in life.
It was a self-fulfilling addiction to making myself look and feel a lot happier than I actually looked and felt.
An addiction, Professor Stevens-Aubrey says, could be deadly.
Longer term consequences include depression, sexual dysfunction, and eating disorders.
At 16 years old, Hannah realized she was addicted to self-image and walked away from social media until she started at the University of Arizona.
I didn't want to be the only college kid who didn't have social media. So the addiction, the bloodlines run deep.
Now she's using self-image to promote her photography business on Instagram, a step Professor Stevens-Aubrey says is hard to take. She says in order to prevent teens from getting addicted, parents also have to do their part.
If there's photo editing software being used, the camera roll is filled with lots of options for which one chooses their photo, and then there's a lot of time spent choosing the right photo and the caption. Those are the red flags that parents should be looking for.
Instagram recently announced it may be removing the ability to like pictures or videos, something Hannah says could not only save lives, but also encourage teens to be who they are on and off social media platforms. Luzdelia Caballero, KGUN 9, on your side.